Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the Figuarts SDCC exclusive Vegeta. So yes, here we have Vegeta in his Arlean attire, which is this year's SDCC exclusive. Not one of the best ones, but one I decided I'd go ahead and pick up. Mostly just because I didn't have it, so I should buy it, right? I don't know. It's an interesting color scheme. It's not particularly attractive, but it's kind of cool in its own way. Of course, he has the same level of articulation and detail and accessories and stuff that the first release came with, and he's actually cheaper than the first releases nowadays, so if you don't mind him being oddly colored, maybe you should pick him up instead. Anyway, let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, scope paint details, all those sorts of things.
Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Of course, here we have Vegeta. Here is the Figuarts Super Saiyan Goku. Here is a Marvel Universe 3 3/4 inch Wolverine, and our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Superior Spider-Man. As you can tell, Vegeta is a little bit shorter than Goku, as well he should be, and he's also a little bit shorter than a standard 6-inch figure. But he is still way bigger than a Marvel Universe figure. Now let's get everything else out of here and just look at Vegeta. Alright, moving on to our 360 spin. Here you can see Vegeta in his, well, very strangely colored outfit. The base of his armor is sort of a sickly sort of green color, and then he's got orange plates with black striping on those. He has a dark blue undersuit there, which is darker than his normal suit would be. And then he has orange gloves, orange tops to his boots, and then the bottoms of his boots are black for whatever reason. Just a very unusually composed outfit in terms of coloration. Style-wise, it's exactly the same as what he ends up wearing throughout the rest of the series past his first couple of appearances. But, yeah, it is accurate to what he looked like, so that is, all very good, I suppose. Now, let's go ahead and zoom in on his head sculpt as well as his alternative head sculpts. Alright, here you can see all of Vegeta's alternative faces as well as his two hairs. So Vegeta has two different sets of hair or heads that you peg onto his neck. One of them has a slight little slot thing behind the ear for the scouter. Apart from that, they're basically exactly the same. Reddish-brown, spiky hair, which is accurate to how he looked during his Arlean days. And then all of his faces here have that same color of hair and eyebrows. And then they have a little bit of shading on the skin tone, which is nice. And he has a just sort of stern face here, smirking face, in pain face with little sweat droplets there that are cool. And then his screaming face for attacking and things like that. So those are all very cool. Same face as you got with the original release, except repainted. Now let's zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, Vegeta is exactly what you should expect, especially if you've seen the original Vegeta. He's got the ball peg and disc head here, which goes in and out, rotates around, all those sorts of things. He's got the neck joint in there, which is a bit limited, but moves around a bit. His shoulder pads are on ball pegs, so you can move those around and click them back into place. Ball joint shoulders in and out, forward and back. They also move around inside the socket. Bicep cut, double joint elbows, wrist cuts, hinges on ball discs there. Waist pops out and rotates and moves around like that. Hinges on each one of his little skirt flaps. Hips drop down, move forward, in and out, rotate around on the joint. These are still a bit loose, although I don't think they're quite as loose as the original release. Double jointed knees. Foot rotates, hinges up and down, and he has his toe joint. So, yeah, exactly the kind of articulation you should expect from Figuarts and from this Vegeta figure. Now, Vegeta comes with a large array of accessories and interchangeable pieces, so let's go ahead and look at those. Here are all of Vegeta's interchangeable parts. He has his Scouter Crushing hand, his two-fingered planet blowing up hand. He has his two grasping sort of blasting hands, his open blasting hands, and his Big Bang Attack blasting hands. And then he has a set of crossed arms, a folded up tail to wrap around his waist, and a loose tail to just sort of be sticking out behind him. The normal non-wrapped around tail really isn't long enough. The actual wrapped around tail is longer than the normal one if you actually stretch it out. So that's a little bit of a complaint. This is the same issue with the original release as well. Apart from that, all the hands and stuff are nicely detailed and plug into his wrists and stuff, and they work as they should. So there's no issues there. Vegeta also has his scouter here with a little red clear lens and then the earpiece that just sort of slips into the slot behind his ear there on the head that's meant for the scouter. Very cool accessory. One of my favorite parts about this figure is the scouter bit, as it just adds that whole sort of effect. So it's very cool. And lastly, Vegeta comes with his stand and effect parts. He comes with three jointed arms, one of which has a clip here, and then he has his 2 blue energy effects, which can be combined to make sort of one big blasting effect or separated off. And yeah, same effects that came with the original release. They're painted very nicely, white over translucent blue. And they're very cool, and the clip is very helpful for helping him fly or just stand up because his legs are a little bit loose. Now, that wraps it up for Vegeta and all of his accessories. Let's move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, Vegeta comes in the standard SH Figuarts style of packaging. SH Figuarts Vegeta, there's your SDCC logo there. US exclusive, Dragon Ball Z logo, Toy Animation, Tamashii Nations, Bandai logos, all those sorts of things. Window here. Pixelated image of Vegeta there on the side, on the back, lots of little posings, and Voom, and movable molding, it's over 9,000, and Vegeta, and all those kinds of things that they like to write on the back of boxes. As always, these are good for in or out of package display, so yeah, Vegeta.
Alright, that wraps it up for Vegeta, so until next time, bye!
Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.